Hi everyone, welcome back to E-commerce Success by Ad360. Today we're going to respond to one of the business owners from which we reviewed the message yesterday. So in yesterday's video we reviewed several different stores, and at the very end we responded to a merchant saying they had trouble getting sales on their Shopify store despite doing and trying to do Facebook marketing, Instagram, Google and TikTok, but none of these really resulted in a lot of conversions, and they had low or no return on ad spend anyhow. So we already gave a few tips yesterday, and then the business owner very nicely responded and said that they would like us to make a review of their online store. So here is what we're going to do today. We're going to look at the website, analyze what's good, what's in need of improvement, a few things that they could correct or improve on to improve conversion rates and get more sales. So if you have an online business, if you're a local business especially, and you're trying to develop your activity online, I think today is going to be insightful for you. If you enjoy this content, please comment below, share your thoughts or ask any question. Feel free to share your own website link if you want me to review it in a future video. If you enjoy this content, you can also subscribe to the channel and activate the notifications to be alerted whenever I release a new video every day, 7 days a week. This video is brought to you by Ad360. Ad360 is the easiest way to start advertising all over the web on relevant websites outside of Google and Facebook in just one click. And in just a few minutes, you'll start getting your ads out there, promoting your product in context-relevant places to bring qualified audiences, and will start retargeting at the same time for you. So it's going to be super efficient. It's the most efficient way of advertising there is. So if you're not doing that already, you might consider giving it a try. There is a 14-day free trial at the moment. There is a link in the description. You can download the app on the Shopify App Store and see by yourself if you like it or not. Okay, let's jump into the video. So as a reminder, we reviewed that comment yesterday. So on the Shopify community, Palak said they were doing a ton of different marketing and ads, but with no return on ad spend. They have limited funds. They want to know what they're doing wrong and wanted some advice. So some people gave a few tips. That's our message. So we said, regardless of what channels you use, retargeting is a must in all channels if you can. It's more efficient to target a precise audience in multiple channels than a wide audience in one channel only. And there are more advertising places to choose from than just social media and Google. You can actually advertise on any website out there, or most websites out there, blogs, news sites, blogs talking about a certain thematic, and you're going to be able to find less competitive placements, but that can bring more qualified audiences that share a strong interest with your product or brand. Okay, and so after that, the shop owner said, asked us if we'd be open to review the store, and we said of course, and here they shared the review. And then a Shopify staff member also responded and gave some nice tips. And I think we agree very on a lot of the things, especially how to target the right audience and making sure you have, like a cleverly targeted small niche audience that really cares about what you're doing, and then expand from that. Okay, but let's get back to the website. So Palak, so they share their website. So this is the website, Cotton Print Club. Very cool, looks beautiful. We have so these table covers and different products made of cotton. It's really cool. I like it. The website design is very neat, very professional, looks good. It's beautiful. A lot of images, and you have beautiful products, and you did a great job showcasing your products, putting them in different environments, different tables, different sets. So we have a really nice idea what you're doing, right? So that's for the good thing. Now let me give you a few tips. The first one is what I said yesterday for the 4 stores I reviewed applies to you as well. You lack a clear message when we first get on your website. The first screen that we see, so we have a nice visual, but there's no text, there's no header, there's no title. You should say something like cotton table covers, right? Because if I don't see this button, which is by the way very it's quite small and it's very at the very bottom of the screen, so it might be easily missed. Usually the CTA is more like at the 1/3 of the screen, starting from the bottom of the screen, and then you have a big title on the upper third of the screen. You have a big title, a big header that says what you're selling. To be honest, when I first got on the website, I wasn't immediately sure what you were selling. Then I looked around, I took the time to read, and with a few hints like the title and a few common things between the image, I guessed that you were selling these table covers and these cotton products, napkins and different stuff. But I had to guess. I had to investigate, look at the product, take the time. You never want to rely on your viewers' good intentions and patience to find out information about what you're selling. Make that blatantly obvious what you're selling. It has to be really, really, unmissable. It has to be like the front and center, the first thing we see, clear as day. Because from the first picture, we don't really know if you're selling tables, table decorations, flowers, silverware, Then of course with the title of the website we might guess, but we have to guess. That's not good. So okay, first tip. Second thing is you're doing a great job promoting yourself through the pictures, but you're not doing a great job promoting yourself through words and text on the homepage. And that's super important. I made a whole video on why texts still matter in 2022. You'll find it in the description below. And we reviewed a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, we reviewed the Google guidelines for how to rank well on Google. And Google themselves said that even though they're getting better and better at understanding images and videos and rich content, words and text is still by far the primary way for Google to understand what you're doing. And you need to have clear text, repeated messages, clear explanations about what you're doing. Not only so that your visitors, your audience understands what you're selling, but also so that Google understands what you're doing and can index your pages properly and rank you accordingly in the search results on Google. So if someone types, nice, cotton table covers, is your website going to come up? I'm not so sure, because you have table covers here on the button, and you have this here on the collection title, and what else, right? Where are you clearly stating on the website what you're selling? What are your products? How do you define them? Where, right? Here you're talking about the materials, and that's great. You're giving additional features like breathable material, sustainable, biodegradable, reusable. So all that is super cool, much better for the environment. So that's great. But this is not really telling people what you're selling. We have to guess from the pictures and a few titles here and here, but you're not saying that on the website. So it's very important. So use a big title here, maybe a small text before the first 3 reviews saying, okay, made with love, handmade product for the table covers with cotton, something like that. You have to say it here. The next problem I see is just about what I just mentioned, the handmade. Where are you saying on the homepage your products are handmade? Quick answer, you're not saying it anywhere. I had to find this out in our story page. Here you're saying this, authentic, premium, handmade. Why don't you say this on your homepage. That's such an important and powerful statement. Why do you have these buried on the Our Story page? By the way, nobody's going to read this. And that's such a shame because your story is super powerful. It's personal. We can see you. We see it's a local business. You're doing this yourself. It's handmade. This is going to be making a huge difference to viewers. It's going to make them way more likely to like you, like your brand, like your products, want to support you, buy your products. It justifies a higher price tag. If you're not saying this on the homepage, people are not going to find out. I'd be super curious to know what percentage of people are clicking on the About and then Our Story link. I guess it's less than 1%, might even be much lower than that. So that's such a shame. You have such powerful words and story, and you can build trust and rapport and a good relationship, a strong relationship with your viewers. And that's such a missed opportunity not to say anything like that on the homepage. And it's good to have like an expanded, description of why you started your business and stuff in a dedicated page. But you have to use some of these elements on your homepage. You have to say this stuff somewhere at the bottom about us and meet the maker. I see that frequently, something like that. Then with a small image, a small excerpt, 1 to 3 lines, and then a button or link. Read more, read our story, learn more about us, something like that. And then that redirects you to the About Us page. If you do that, not only you'll have more people coming here and reading that, if you have a clear button on the homepage. Secondly, even for the vast majority of people who won't click on this and won't read your About Us page, they'll still get some elements from the picture and the excerpt. They'll understand this is a local business. It's a family business from the picture. They'll understand you're making your product yourself. And this is such a strong selling point. It's such a shame you're not, saying any of that on your homepage. And I made a whole video about how to structure your homepage. I made several videos about that actually. But I will link one of these in the description below about the number one mistake e-commerce businesses make. And this video, I made it by analyzing a study that went through thousands of different e-commerce businesses from the Baymont Institute, a very thorough scientific review, and they outline key principles and key errors that are frequently made by e-commerce business owners. And the first most frequent error people make is not saying enough on the homepage. And the results of the study, which also included focus groups and interviews with random people looking at websites, potential buyers, the results of the study was that surprisingly people are more prone to looking at all the content in the homepage, not reading through entirely, but skimming through the homepage quickly, looking here and here, looking at a few stuff. They're not going to read entirely, but they're more likely than you think to actually go down to the bottom of your homepage to get a first impression of what your website is about. If they like what they're saying, they might continue on and look at product pages and other pages, but only a small minority of people will be doing that. The majority of people will just scroll quickly, get a sense of what you're doing, and leave. And if you have some important stuff that you're saying somewhere on your website, it needs to be present in the homepage somehow. Then, with a link so that they can navigate easily to the rest of the content. Much like you're doing, for example, with the blog. That's great. A quick excerpt, an image, and if people want to learn more, they click on the link, they can go to your blog. You need to do the same thing for all the meaningful parts of your website. And most importantly, for this About Us page, this Our Story page, because it's super powerful. It has a lot of very important elements. And the purpose behind a business, the vision, the mission, the values, these are increasingly important elements, especially for younger audiences, but not only. Everyone is more prone to buying from you if they feel aligned with your mission, your values, your vision, your story. And so people, if they read that, they're going to be much more likely to buy from you. And you're going to have a much greater pricing power because they will be willing to pay higher for the authentic, premium, handmade products. The problem is if you're not writing any of that on the homepage, and you're not writing about that on the product page either, it's neither on the homepage nor on the product page, they're not going to know, right? Where is it written? Is it written on the product page? I'm not sure. It's not even written here. You should have on every product page written, this is a handmade, authentic, premium product made of cotton, and repeat the stuff you're saying on the homepage. It's reusable, environment friendly, biodegradable, and all that stuff. You have to give more reasons for people to buy you. I also made a video about the 2 golden rules of online sales. It's make it easy for people to buy your products and give them more reasons to buy your product. So you definitely have to repeat the features, the benefits, the values. You have to repeat that on all your product pages, in my opinion. If you don't trust me and don't take my word for it, make a separate version, A/B test, compare the results, and the market will tell. Your customers will tell you which page they prefer. Just compare the conversion rates. Talking about making it easy for people to buy from you, I strongly recommend you add a buy now button in addition to add to cart. Most successful websites have add to cart and buy now. You can have the 2 buttons on Shopify. It's going to increase your conversion rates on your product pages. Okay, I took a lot of time to explain this, but it's super, super important. You really have to make this right. So better present, introduce what you're doing, use more words, use the powerful selling points and statements on your homepage. It's such a shame because if we just look at that and we don't read your story, we could think it's a dropshipping company. I mean, there's nothing that tells us it's not on the homepage. That's such a shame because if you're doing this by yourself, it's handmade, it's authentic products, why wouldn't you say so, right? You really have to. It's such a strong selling point. And each of these are unique, I imagine, so you have to sell yourself better with your text and descriptions. Okay, now let's go on to a few technical issues that are maybe going to help you as well. So did I mention the logo is not super readable? I don't know what's going on, but I think the resolution on the logo is not great. On all these pages, it looks like it's a bit pixelated, it's a bit blurry, it's hard to read, it's actually like hurting my eyes to look at it. So that's a shame, it doesn't give up a very good vibe. So you should definitely, fix that. Secondly, you have a bespoke logo that we can see here, we can see on Google. Here it's not actually the same, but on your Facebook page, we can see you have a logo. It's not shown anywhere on the website. That's a shame. So it's nice that you have a readable, lettered name here. That's great. I think it's better than having just a logo, but I think having the logo plus the text would be better. It gives, it's going to give a sense of, okay, yeah, we have a nice custom design. It's looks more professional. Okay, next thing, so talking about a problem with image resolutions on your customer reviews page, these are simply unreadable. That's a big problem. We simply can't read. Okay, so you have to do something to make that readable. Then again, this stuff, 5 reasons why. This is super cool. So here you have a problem with bolded text. So I think you only want the title to be bolded. At least it's not consistent with, or maybe it is consistent, but that's a bit strange. But okay, that's a big deal. But what I wanted to say is you have some strong selling points as well here. But the 30-day no hassle returns, customization, affordable pricing, unique design, all that stuff you need to say as well on the homepage, with a link to this page if they want more details, and you need to say so on the product pages as well. Lastly, I wanted to show you, so this is what the website looks on mobile. There's a problem with the first image. The ratio, the image, size is good for desktop, but not for mobile. You have this gray area, which is really unpleasant to look at. It doesn't look professional. So you need to have a different image or cut it differently for desktop and for mobile. Okay. Then the rest is okay, but your website can be slow to load. So let me show you. If I go to any collection, it's going to take a while to load, you see, and this image is still not loading. We don't really know what's going on. Okay, and then takes a few seconds before it actually appears. So I think you have a problem with image resolutions, image sizes. Some of them are not good enough, some of them are too big. And if you want to see that, you can go to this tool, pagespeed.web.dev. This is a free tool by Google to help you improve your website loading speed. So it gives you a score. So on mobile, it's usually lower than desktop, but you should aim for at least 50, 60, and you can go to 90 plus. It's possible. It's harder to do than on desktop, but it's definitely doable. But at least you should be at 50, 60, 70. That'd be much better. Right now the website is awfully slow to load. It's going to take a few seconds to load on a very slow connection, and that's a big problem. Many people might leave the website before it's fully loaded, so you're losing a ton of viewers and potential buyers just because the website is too slow. Now, what's nice about this tool is they're actually telling you what you can improve on and how to increase speed. So properly sized images, differ off-screen images. So images that are super low on the page that you don't need to see right away, you can load them asynchronously, so that you first load the initial content, and then as people get on your website and they see the first stuff, then you have time to load the additional stuff, so it doesn't break the flow. Image formats can be improved, and the thing you have a bunch of unused JavaScript, so you're loading unnecessary resources. And whenever you click on that, that's going to tell you precisely each file. So hey, you have one that saying can win like 1 meg just by optimizing the size of this image. That's crazy. That's going to save you a ton of loading speed. So you might have a better, a lower bounce rate. You might have a higher average session duration. You're going to have more add to cart if you have more people staying on your website. And so you're just going to save a ton of money because if you're paying money to bring people on your website through ads, and some of them they're not patient enough to wait until the website is fully loaded, it's like you're throwing money out of the window. So you have to fix that. The second benefit is that page speed. If you have a higher score, you're going to rank higher on Google. Google is taking the page experience, as they call it, more and more into consideration. And loading time and the speed of the website is one of the key criteria to have your website highly ranked. So now you're getting penalized. You have a lesser rank on Google than what you should have, what you deserve, simply because the website is too slow to load. Like 17 seconds to interactive, that's simply not acceptable for most users. They're going to leave before that. Okay. Lastly, I wanted to show you, so when we type your business name on Google, you do show up, so that's good, that's great. We even have the card here, we can see the location. But you only have one product which is referenced here. That's a big missed opportunity. You could have a ton more products, and these products then are going to be picked up by Google. They are going to be ranking them. You're going to have organic results in Google Shopping. It used to be that Google Shopping you needed to advertise to be there. Now you can get your products organically listed on Google Shopping. And so that's free views and free potential visitors and free buyers that you can get from these organic listings. So it's such a shame not to tap into this opportunity. You can do a lot better just by listing products. You need to link with the Google Merchant Center. If you don't know how to do this, there is like it's quite easy to do on Shopify. If you need help, I'd be super happy to help you. I would do that for free. That's not a service we're charging for. So I would just do that to help you be more successful. I'd be super happy to show you. The second tip I could give you is you need to ask your customers to leave reviews on Google. You have no reviews right now. You have just one from Facebook, but you have no reviews on Google. Having more reviews is going to make your website more trustworthy, more desirable, more searchable, because Google takes into account the number of reviews and the average rating to rank results. So even if your website is much smaller than competition, you might come up first if you have really nice reviews. And you can start with as simply as 5 to 10 reviews. Just ask your most happy customers to leave a review, deliver products to people you know that are going to like them, ask them to put genuine reviews that, when they have received the product, and it's going to make a tremendous difference to your website. Okay, the video is already quite long. I have a few more tips I could give you, but I don't want the video to be too long, so I'm going to end it here. If you'd like to get more info, and if you'd like to discuss your marketing strategy, your advertising setup, I'd be super happy to give you a more in-depth audit of your e-commerce setup, of your marketing and advertising strategy and accounts, and give you a free consulting call. So all of that I would do for free. I simply want to help you. I think you have wonderful product, they're really beautiful, they look fantastic. You look like you're passionate about what you're doing and you're really good at it. So I really want to help you. I want you to have a successful business. And when you have a website that converts really well and happy and returning customers coming, leaving reviews, then I'd be super happy to also help you implement retargeting and ads on relevant websites online. And you can do all of that super easily with Ad360. So I'd be super happy to explain more details how we can help you. But besides the app, in any case, regardless of what you choose, I'd be super happy to give you a free consulting and a free audit. I wish you a ton of success. If you want to discuss, there's a link in the description to book a call. I look forward to speaking with you, and I wish you, a ton of success, a ton of happy customers, and see you soon.